Welcome to the Business Power Hour with Lisa and the Music Man. Live from Studio C at media stations in Bohemia, New York.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Business Power Hour. My name is Norman Wasserman, also known as the Music Man, and my co-host this evening, as always, is Lisa Rodino. Good evening, Lisa.
Hello, Norman. How you doing today?
I am fine, thank you. How are you? How was your
I
weekend?
am doing. I had a great weekend. I went to the Poconos and then I was off to northern Jersey for a nice picnic. And how about you? How was your weekend?
You should have invited the people from Jersey to come to the Poconos, because that's the
There you
place to
go.
be during holidays and such. There's so
Oh,
much
that
great stuff to do up there. So
there were plenty of people there already. No worries there. Now
oh,
I see you have that baseball hat on tonight. We
yeah.
rooting for the Yankees or
No,
who?
it happens to be a New York Giant hat, and I do not
Ah,
normally wear a baseball cap
I
on the
know.
show, but I had a little head surgery tonight, this
Okay.
afternoon, and I thought it'd be a good idea just to cover it up. And,
Okay.
you never know
Yes.
what happens, so we can leave it there. And besides, it's a New York Giant hat, and the
Yeah.
football Giants start on Sunday against their evil um,
Oh,
team in the league, the Dallas
oh,
Cowboys, and
oh, the Cowboys are coming, huh? Are
yeah.
are they? Is it a home game?
It's a whole game in Giant
Nice.
Stadium, and so
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. Very, very pumped up. But I get pumped up about the Giants every year, and then I get disappointed. Last year
Uh,
was like not a bad year. So we're
yes.
gonna, I guess, get started with our show. I don't know where our guest went. Where did our guest go?
I'm not sure. Mr. Andrews, Thomas,
Thomas, where are you?
where are you,
Oh,
Thomas?
here I am.
Here
Thomas,
you are, but you're not in front
what
of the
are you
camera.
doing, Thomas?
Oh, I just appeared. Sorry.
All
All
right,
right.
I
Well,
hope the
welcome,
show goes a
welcome.
little bit better than that one. Anyway, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Thomas Andrews with U.S. Health Advisors. Good evening, Thomas, and welcome.
Good
Yes. Well,
evening, Norman and Lisa.
welcome
Thank
to
you
the
for the
show.
invite.
Let me just give everybody the phone number if you'd like to call in and ask some insurance questions of Thomas. I think you're going to be quite impressed with his background, his education, and his work experience. The number is 631 987 8477. That's 631 987 8477. All right, so let's get started this evening. Thomas, let's find out when did you come to the United States?
Oh, thank you for that question. I came over to the United States in 2002 with my family,
Wow.
And you
and
came
And
you came from where?
we came from Wharton, Liberia, West Africa. There
Hmm.
was a 14-year civil war that went on,
Yes.
and many people fled. So we saw that things were deteriorating, and we decided to, for the sake of our kids, to leave Liberia and come over to the United
How
States.
many members to your family?
We are six in all, my spouse and four kids,
very
or
nice.
young adults now,
And
but
how
four
old
Young
are you?
kids.
How
adults.
old are your kids now?
The oldest is 34, 31, 29, and 24.
All right.
Ah,
Fine. Well,
so
welcome
young
to the
adults, all
United
of them.
States, even though it's a little bit late in saying that, because you
Yeah.
certainly are leaving your mark here on the United States in a very, very professional and prosperous way for yourself and for your family and for others, because you're going to tell some stories on how you've helped people save money and come up with better insurance for themselves, and that'll be great.
Yeah.
Um, you
So
came. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Luis.
I was going to ask, how did, give us a little more about your story and how did you get started with
Okay,
healthcare?
thank you,
Or why
Lisa.
healthcare? Why did you pick healthcare?
Yes.
That's a good, interesting question. Well, back home in Liberia, I work in the healthcare industry
Well,
up to the time of my departure to immigrate to the US. And I love and passionate about helping people because, health is life. And the more you help and the live is a joyful, thing. So I came over to the state with my family of six. And after getting my green card, I started working for a cable company called Comcast. I was there for 16 years to be
Wow.
exact. And while I was there, I took advantage of the education benefits they were offering. Went to school because before coming to the US, I had my bachelor degrees already. So initially, I went into doing business administration. My mindset was to get into business one of these days. And then while I was there, more opportunity, and I went back to do accountancy because I want to make sure I can balance my books. So then come 2019, I decided, well, it's time for me to take a new journey. And I decided to search. First, I wanted to open a CPA firm, but then I was told that I needed to work with an accounting firm for 2 years
That's
before I could
correct.
take. So I said, well, nope. And then I came across this Jewish guy, nice guy. We talked. He said, Thomas, and after giving him my background, he said, Thomas, you are in the healthcare industry back home in Liberia. So there's an opportunity with the company I work with. If you have your people skill and you know how to, educate people, that's an opportunity since you wanted to go independent. So I looked at it, we talked for a while, and I decided, after discussing it with my wife, I decided to give it a chance. And it is a beautiful chance, opportunity I took because I'm so joyful every day when I help people in the respond in terms of testimonial they send. It's joyful when you see someone telling you thank you over and over, and not just personally, but publicly on Google, Google review. It's enlightening and it's heartwarming. And that gives me the momentum every morning to get up and go because I know someone out there needs my help. So that's how it all came to being with what I was doing in Liberia and the opportunity that I was given to continue what I was doing back home, but at a higher level.
Let me just
So,
interrupt you for a second. I'm sorry, Elise. What kind of insurance do you do?
Right now, with US Health, we do health insurance. Health insurance.
Not life insurance,
Not
health
life,
insurance.
health insurance.
Okay.
okay. Now, my question, you have me curious. You said back home you were involved with healthcare. What did you do back home in Africa?
Well, back home, I work with a pharmaceutical company, an NGO, during our crisis for about 9 years, where we were responsible to distribute pharmaceuticals, drug, all those things, and to the 200 and some more health facilities that were around. We undertook training, in bookkeeping, drug management, and all of those things. So, and
Interesting. So the pharmaceutical aspect of healthcare.
yes, that's
Very
right.
interesting. Interesting. So
Thank you.
what so why do you believe you're in the profession that you're in? Why healthcare now? And, what drives you?
Well, that's what I was doing, even though it was in a different dimension, but it stayed the same healthcare, providing for people wellness. And what drives me is learning or listening to people being thankful because they didn't know. First thing, the way I work, I educate my clients as to the pros and cons of what is out there, and then they make an informed decision. I do not make the decision for them. I educate them as to what the opportunity out there in terms of the public-private markets and all of that, and show it to them through Zoom or screen share, and then they tell me, Thomas, I like it, or Thomas, sorry, I'm going another way. But the end result is many of the people I've helped are very, very grateful and thankful because some will say, if you look on my website, you will see that it will tell you a lot about educating them before decision is made.
Now, you were a teacher also in Liberia, right?
Right.
All right, so I guess you can
Oh.
articulate your programs pretty well to your potential clients.
Yes, sir.
Just like you just handled me right now. Yes, sir. All right.
Yes, being a teacher, it gives you that mindset that you have to set the stage, you have to go step by step because you have fast learner and slow learner. So you have to, through discussion, you can decipher whether that person is already aware of what you're going to talk and you can add the difference, or you have to start from scratch. And the fact remains, many of the people I've spoken with always receive the information in form of a document. Many of them never had to have a face-to-face through Zoom or through screen share that someone walk them through every step, the benefits, the premium, the deductible, what they are and how they work, interchangeably. So that's one of the areas that they are grateful for what I do, because many will tell you that in the past, I just say I want health insurance and somebody will send me a quote. But for them to break the steps and all the benefits, no.
Okay,
Wow.
so
At US Health, that's what we do.
explain to us some of the insurance type plans that you have.
Okay, with US Health, primarily our niche market are healthy people. So we have 3 plans in that arena. One is the Secure Advantage, which is somewhat similar to the traditional marketplace plan. But the biggest difference between the marketplace and the private market, which is us, is that there is no deductible to pay upfront before the insurance kicks in. Our deductible is on the back bench, meaning only if you have catastrophic illness before a deductible comes into place. So that's the traditional one. Secure Advantage that is in relation to the traditional one.
Okay,
Then
so
we-
so it's only when someone gets sick within that first 12 months that the deductible will begin coming off, not for wellness checkups or things like that, only for a
catastrophic
catastrophic event.
illness like cancer, heart
Okay.
attack, stroke, those things.
Do you have prescription plans that go along with this if someone wants?
Yeah, it is embedded in the plan like any other plan. The marketplace plan prescription is there. Our plan prescription is there, so it's the same, fix or mix. We don't sell separate. Everything
Okay,
is
it's all a package.
all package.
What other kind of packages do you have?
Well, one is the Secure Advantage I told you about that has embedded deductible in case of catastrophic illness. The second one is what we call Premier Choice or Premier Advantage. Okay, Premier Choice first is infused state now, but that one, there is no deductible, again, unless you have a catastrophic illness. However, if you have a catastrophic illness that you have to pay that deductible, you can upgrade. So you can upgrade on that plan anytime, in case of catastrophic. If not, you go as is. And then we have that plan is a 12-month plan as that of 15 months. Premier Choice is 15 months. The rate is locked in for 15 months. So if you started the plan September, then next year, December, is when they revisit your rate. And it's not you personally, but it's the group that falls in that quadrant. Then we have the Premier Advantage that just came up last year. That is a 24 months rate lock, or not rate, the premium lock. What that means, if your premium is $200 and you sign up this September 2025, you will pay the $200 every month premium until September 2025. Now, these are benefits we give up because our clients are medically honor rating. So those are incentives we offer in that regard. So those are the 3 plans.
Interesting. And those were all things that you could follow along on your website, I noticed.
Yeah.
And that's at
We're going to jump into the
healthinsurance.consulting.
website a little bit later on and go over it. So I'm a potential client. I say, hi Thomas, I just spoke to Joe Smith, and Joe Smith said you did a wonderful job. What kind of questions do you ask me?
Well, first thing I will ask, whether you have insurance currently, or whether you're new to insurance, or whether, or what caused you to look. Are
Okay, let's
you,
go say that I have Medicare and I have AARP.
or if you have Medicare, no, we insure people from ages 18 to 64, or people
Oh, so
less
you
than
won't let me get
64.
insurance? I'm too old. You telling me I'm an old man?
Now, what I do for you, I will find my network partner that is involved in Medicare and send you over, but I don't just send you over. I will do a three-way text and inform them of you calling to talk with them. So I build that foundation that the next person won't be curious as to who is Norman, or who's this number, or who's
Gotcha.
calling.
So let's go
I
back
paved
and
the
say
path.
I'm 60 years old. Okay, I've
Okay.
had no special illnesses or anything else like that. What kind of plan are you going to advise for me? Which one of the
Well,
plans that you
60
just?
years old, I will give you or recommend to you the secure advantage that is similar to the traditional marketplace plan. The other thing that we have that no one else gave is we give our plan is a nationwide coverage. So I give you the secure advantage in that plan. There's deductible, but again, it is in the back bench. You don't pay deductible unless you have catastrophic. So many of my clients just pay the premium monthly, go see the doctor and everything, unless something major happened before deductible. So for you and anyone above 50 years old, I recommend this Secure Advantage, because that's a plan that you stay on until you turn 65 and we transition you to Medicare, or you stay on till 64, but at 65, by law, we transition you to Medicare.
Okay, so clients for yourself outside of, because we've met in a networking group and Lisa has met you in a networking
Yep.
group. Where do you go to help find clients for yourself?
Okay, besides, first and foremost, my number one line of client referral is from people I've helped, former, not
Right.
former, but clients on my boat. Those are the ones who, by word of mouth, would tell people of what I did for them and how well I helped them, educate them, and also find a best plan that meets their health needs and budget. Those are two things: health needs and budget. Okay, so that's one. Two, in the networking group that I'm in about three or four of them. So there, every day, I mean, every time we meet, they learn a little more about what I do. We have one-to-one, and through the one-to-one, many of them come to understand what I do. And sometimes, if they are in need of the plan, they call me. For example, I'm in the BNR, the Business Networking International, and this lady has a business, and we had a one-to-one in January. January of this year, we had a one-to-one, and after I explained what I do, she said, "Thomas, I need an extra hour. Can we go through this, because I need to compare what I have with that?" And the end result, after we did the presentation, 1 week later, she called and canceled her plan with whoever she had it with, no name call, but she went with us, and her clients are all happy because they are family of four and they love to travel. With our plan, you can use it anywhere in the 50 states.
That's great.
Very
And did you
nice.
get referrals from her?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
every one of
Excellent.
my, yes, I have gotten two from her.
Now
Wonderful.
that's a good, interesting story. What other types of interesting stories? You must have a load of them, because you
Yeah.
find out all about situations that people got to go through.
Well,
Forget HIPAA for a second. Just tell us stuff that you can tell us. No names. Can you any stories that you can explain to us? Show
But
us. Show how.
wait,
Go ahead.
before you do that, if somebody likes what they just heard, how can someone get in touch with you to find out about you and get some information? What's your phone number? Best way to reach you?
Best way to reach me, my direct phone number, cell, anytime 24/7 is 571-278-1712. Again, 571-278-1712.
Excellent. Okay, so now let's get back to that story.
Well, go ahead.
Tell us some more about, what's an interesting story that the audience will like to hear.
A real situation where you really had to dig deep in order to make a potential client happy and satisfied. And where it wasn't so easy, or it wasn't cut and dry, where you really had to roll up your sleeves and make it happen.
Well, that's a good question. And there is, unfortunately, last year I contacted him to come on. I have this couple of family from Maryland. He's an Italian. He's funny, but he's a tough one to crack. So we talked about networking. I have a networking partner from NRG in Florida who sent this couple over to me in the late 50s. They had something called MediShared clinic, something like a communion system.
Right.
And he was so disgruntled and disappointed because he said a lot of things, but it's not to be said here. So when I got the referral, I contacted him and he said, Thomas, what can you do for me that Joe Smoke did not do for me? I said, well, I heard your situation from him and that you are in search of a new insurance because you're not happy. However, I'm not going to give you anything that you don't want. What I'm going to do for you, if you have the time, we can set up a time. I will extract some information from you, like your date of birth, height, weight, and other medical questions and things I ask. And we set up a time at which you will give me 20 minutes of your time. We will screen share or Zoom, whichever way. And I will walk you through every aspect of the plan. But not only that, we'll do a comparative analysis of what our competitors offer. So I went on healthcare.gov and I got the plan down there on the same level, apple to apple, because I went a PPO to PPO and we went through everything. And then he said, Thomas, this is a good plan. I like it. Why did Joe Smoke did not give me this plan in the past? Why he gave me that plan? I said, well, I don't know. It was the two of you had a discussion. Anyway, he full of jokes. He full of hard jokes. So he said, Thomas, you know what? Give me a week. I will get back to you. I said, good. He called me back a couple of days later. He said, you know what? Do my wife, only my wife. I will have to deal with the old company because they owe me some big bills they have to settle. I said, okay. So we did his wife. We submitted the application. She got approved. And he was happy. She was happy. And then 2 weeks later.
They didn't take a family plan?
There's a reason. I just told you we couldn't take a family plan, but at that time he had bills that should be settled by the old insurance that he is with for him. So we did his wife. Then after 2 weeks, he called me. He said, Thomas, I'm ready now. I said, why? What happened? He said, look, I've been comparing things out there and what you guys offer is by far better than what I have. So I will go with you. Let those people keep the money. I will settle my bills and things. And we went through, did him, also added him to a wife. And he wrote this testimonial for me. It's on the website, but I'll read this one. Here is his own writing in his own verbiage. Dealing with Thomas was one of the easiest things I have ever done. He was very considerate to myself and my wife. He is very understanding and listens well. He explained the product time and time again until we understood exactly what we were getting. In my mind, I don't think I have run into anyone like him that has helped so much to make us understand fully what we were purchasing. There are not enough stars of recommendation for this gentleman. That's what he wrote. It's on the
That was
website.
very nice.
Yeah.
That was very
Thank
nice. Let me
you.
ask you a question. What were the things that his other policy was not doing for him that you were able to do for him?
Well, one is we offer you any doctor, any hospital throughout the 50 states.
Wait,
With no,
with a PPO, you can have any doctor?
with us, yes.
With your PPO, you can have any doctor because that's
Yeah,
unusual.
yeah, that's what it is. That's why I say it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. And two, it is usable in all 50 states. Why? United Healthcare is in all 50 states. So we are a subsidiary of United Healthcare, so we can offer that. So if you get it in Maryland and you move to Georgia, you don't have to do any enrollment. You just go with your plan. It's portable. It offers you a guarantee renewal, meaning at no time will you have to go back online to renew. It's automatically renewed. The only thing down there is 45 days to your renewal, you'll receive an email indicating if your premium has gone up and what it is or not. But that's all.
Well,
If
if
you
the
don't
rate's
like it,
guaranteed, why should it go up?
no, the rate guarantee is for, let's say you sign up today. If you have the Secure Advantage is 12-month rate guarantee. If you have the Premier Advantage, it is 24 months rate guarantee, just for the onset as the beginning. That's the incentive they gave you for the first time. So the rate is guaranteed, but after 24 months, you fall in the same group in that quarter. And then if it goes up, you will be told exactly what it is beforehand. So it's
So
nothing
even though
hidden.
I might not have made any claims, all right, and my health is basically the same, there's a possibility that my rate could go up?
Well, it's not you. It's rate generally. Now, 93% of our clients' annual claim is less than $5,000. 93% of the 80 million we have right now, 70 million we have, is less than 5,000. There are a lot of incentives in our plan. We don't have enough time to drill down to them, but that's why we explain, we show to you, and then you make that decision. Comparatively, you don't find any plan that is on par with us in terms of some of the benefits we offer you.
All right, I'm going to ask you something about that before we go to break. You were mentioned about the being available in multiple states. That's great. But there's got to be other things that you offer because someone's not just going to give up what they have unless it's a really good deal. And you convinced this gentleman, rightly so, that you had a better situation for him. What were the other factors that helped us get along?
Okay, with us, it is a one-shop stop. We offer medical or health. We offer dental. We offer
Nice.
vision. And we also, because our niche market is what small businesses, independent contractors, self-employed, and as well as mom
So
and pop.
are these important factors? If someone calls you, they have to be an employer, a small employer, or they can be just Joe Schmo. Can Joe Schmo
That's
call
why,
you?
yeah, I was about to tell you why the other benefits I'm about to enumerate, why it is in there. Principally, our niche market, small business, independent contractor, and self-employed. These are people who cannot easily buy disability income that we offer them or term life at a lower rate. With us, once you're healthy to get on our plan, you can get a 10-year term life
You
up
see,
to
now
the max.
these are important things which you didn't bring up before. All right, now
Okay.
these are good things. You just it made it seem to me that you had health insurance. Period. Didn't say
No,
anything about term insurance. Didn't say anything about
And
liability
dental,
insurance or the
vision.
dental. Come on,
Yeah.
man. We got to let everybody know what you got.
thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. All right, let me.
Go for it.
Well,
Okay, the package, we have a one shop stop package that health is one aspect of it, but we also have dental that you can include in your plan. We have vision that you can include in your plan. And we have term life that you can include in your plan. And if you're a small business or independent contractor, we have disability income that you can include in your plan. And we have what they call accident protection that you can include. And we have critical illness. There are 7 aspects, additional thing in addition to the health coverage you take. Mm-hmm. Now, these supplementals are just enumerated. You decide whether you want it or not. It's not a must, it's not tied in, but it gives you that freedom to grab everything at one stop and not have to go looking around for the others.
All right, interesting. Now, before we go to break, your phone number again, please. Let people know how to reach you.
My phone number again is 571-278-1712. Again, 571-278-1712.
All right, good stuff. All right. So we're going to go to break now. So we're going to ask everybody to stay tuned. 2 minutes, and then we'll be back again with Thomas Andrews. Hi, everybody. My name is Norman Wasserman, and next to me is Lisa Rodino. Lisa and I host a TV podcast show called The Business Power Hour with Lisa and the Music Man.
So what does the Business Power Hour do? We are here to talk about you and your business. We will put you on air for 1 hour to highlight your business in front of thousands of viewers worldwide, helping you generate more leads to grow your business.
And we do this every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. right here. What are you doing?
I'm keeping you on point. My name is Lisa Rodino. I am a commercial loan advisor and broker. Have you been finding that your business's cash flow is not where you need it to be? Have you found yourself taking from your personal accounts to meet your business's obligations? Have you found that those quick solutions of quick money are starting to get awfully expensive? My job is to find the right funding products for my clients so they can get back to working in their business and give me the task of finding the best options for their situation. Give us a call today to learn more. 516-268-0350.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friend Entertainment USA. My name is Norman Wasserman. I am also known as the Music Man. Let me just tell you a little bit about Friend Entertainment. We put on concerts for charities, and we do that everywhere from New York to Las Vegas. We do R&B, Motown, rock and roll, jazz, whatever it is that you wish. Friend Entertainment will deliver the best of the best for you and your charity. Here are some of the names of the talent that have performed with us on our stage. Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner, The Temptations, Earth, Wind and Fire, the one and only ELO, Elton John himself, Kool and the Gang, and the fabulous Donna Summer. Go to our website, friendentusa.com. That's www.friendentusa.com, or feel free to call us at 631-698-9696. 631-698-9696, and we'll see you at the next show. Okay, welcome back to the Business Power Hour with Lisa and the Music Man and our special guest Thomas Andrews from U.S. Health Advisors. Thomas, you're doing a hell of a good job tonight.
Thank you.
That's for sure.
Really?
That is for sure.
You have your company. You know, even all the meetings that we've had, you know, with the network meetings, I didn't know that your company covered all of this.
Yes. And I have a question. You mentioned your friend's or your customer's wife was approved. Are there stipulations to be able to be members of U.S. Health?
Yes, there are. All our clients should be medically qualified, on a rating. You may have these minor things like high blood pressure or other things, but you have to go through. Your application goes over to the underwriting department. They pull to see whether you have any major critical illness like diabetes, cancer, stroke. Those are not our clients. Our niche clients are medical people who are healthy to be on the plan, and that's why our premium and other benefits are embedded in there. There's a couple of things that we offer you because you medically qualify. If you take the marketplace rate and you take our rate, we are 10 to 15% lower than them, and that's why we can sign you up to have a plan for 24 months paying the same. Let's say I insure you and that's $200. You have $200 to pay over the period of 24 months. If I take the same person and take them to the marketplace, it's more than that. And every 12 months, they have to renew. We don't do that.
Very
So
nice.
you must be healthy to get on our plan. That's our market.
That's the stipulation.
You know what I would like to do now, if it's okay with you? I would like to put your website on air, and let's go over it and show people in red, white, and blue, which I'm sure that's the way your website looks, based upon your logo, all your information that you just chatted with us about. All right, is that good for you?
Go ahead.
All right, let's do this. All right, Lisa, you're in charge now.
Oh, okay. So I have the home page, but even better, I like the products page. So if we go over to the healthinsurance.consulting/products, when I'm over there, I am seeing all of your different offerings, and they are substantial. We have 9, 10 offerings, correct?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And now you speak about vision, life protector versus income protector. So you do long-term disability as well?
Nope. Short. Well, I would say 12 months is long, so we can say that. But ours is not on par with the employer-sponsored long-term plan or the one you buy. It's just it's embedded in there. It's, let's say you, as an independent contractor, you had an injury or you broke your leg, you couldn't work. With that plan, there you have a $1,500 every month that you get until you get back on your feet.
Okay. So
Something
kind
like
of
that.
like that extra protection like some of
Right.
those other companies have out there, but you have it in one box.
Right.
And I see an accident protector versus a med guard.
MedGuard. Okay. MedGuard, first, I always tell my client that for critical illness, it's a zero deductible. Why? MedGuard is a critical illness protection. So based on age, the rate or the benefit amount varies. Now, if I'm working with you and your deductible is, let's say, $8,000 on one of the plan, your MedGuard protection based on your age and your affordability could be about $20,000. So anytime you have a critical illness and you have to pay the deductible, you don't have to pay out of pocket. It comes from out of that protection.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Did you said deductible $8,000?
Yes, if you look on the marketplace, deductible 9,000, 100, 16,000, 18,000.
Even 50,000 in some spots.
So the thing here is that's why my priority in dealing with my client is to educate them. So I don't just shove down your path. Oh, this is what you pay. We do a comparison of what the marketplace deductible is and the premium as compared to what the private market deductible and premium is. Our deductible is quite different. The way it works is quite different from the marketplace. With the marketplace, all your visits to your doctor office and thing, whatever the difference after whatever math they run, you pay that towards your deductible. And for them to pay any lump sum, you must have paid that deductible out to zero. With us, all your doctor visits and things, you don't have to pay any deductible unless, let's say, God forbid, you had a cancer and you were hospitalized for a month or two, for a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. And you go out there and your bill is maybe, I would say, $150,000 or more. your deductible of 7,500. You don't have to worry because you have critical illness protection. Some of them is 20,000, 30,000. That deductible with our plan is taken from there and paid. So you still have a
Right.
zero out of pocket. That's one of the ways, and that's why you must medically qualify to get on our plan because there are a lot of benefits you get from there.
Interesting. And okay, so I see you have a spot for a blog on your website. So you have information about the best foods to eat after getting a tooth crown. You know, you have a lot of good information here.
Who
Travelers
wants
and
to
nurses.
eat anything when you have your teeth worked on?
Have soup. That's it,
That's
right?
it. Is
Tell him
right.
again. Tell him again.
Yeah, have a little soup or something that's not going to be crunchy. No popcorn, no caramel corn, right?
No, none at all.
No,
No apples.
no apples.
No
And then,
apples.
you know,
Lisa, you made mention of traveling nurses and truckers. I didn't mention that, but the reason I have that there, our plan is suitable for anyone like truckers or traveling nurses because many of the traveling nurses take 13 weeks contract.
yes,
If let's say if they are in Virginia, it took that 13 weeks to go to Ohio. In Ohio, they have to buy another insurance because their Virginia insurance will not
carry
transfer
over.
to, yes. But
Mhm.
with us, because our insurance can be used in all 50 states, that will save many traveling nurses and truckers a lot of money. You don't have to buy secondary insurance when you have ours because anywhere you find yourself in the great United States, it is applicable there. And not only that, every single one of our clients have their own online portal that wherever you are, you put in, there's an icon in there for PPO network. Wherever you are in this country, you click on the icon, put in the zip code, it will populate all the doctors or all the facility in our network. So we simplify for you, give you the freedom and flexibility and choices.
Nice. And, you know, traveling nurses does hit into my history. I used to do temp service for radiation therapy and diagnostic x-ray before it was popular in the United States, long before you were on the state side of things.
Okay.
So I understand that. Doing temp service, you do have the flexibility and freedom to travel all about, but your health coverage does not always follow.
Right.
Very good. And I see you also have a mention of like an eye illness or seeing and uncovering illnesses and signs of illnesses through the eyes. And then again, your trucker insurance health. And that's very interesting for your blog page. And then, of course, your home page that talks about what you do and the affordability and everything, and all your testimonials down there. Very nice.
Yeah.
And now, how does someone reach you if they want to get more information about your services?
Well, two ways. One, you can call 51712, or you can go on to health insurance, one word, .consulting. Now,
Yep.
and in the website, there is a column down there that you click on and
Yep. To
you
set your
can
appointment.
set your appointment and it will automatically come over to me and we can go from there.
Beautiful. And you also have a get in touch with providing your name, email, phone number, and message that will be sent over to you, or set your appointment right on that main page of the website. Nicely done.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very
And
nicely done.
and the goal there was to make it all inclusive that you don't have to go elsewhere. And if you look at the top, you will see that my Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn icon are all there. So if you're on
Yep.
the website, you can just click any of those bubbles and it will take you directly there. So with,
Yeah.
yeah, that's an all-inclusive. So you don't have to worry to say, well, how can I get in touch with you on Facebook? The website makes it easier for any and everyone.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, what are the challenges that are encountered at the beginning of your health insurance career in the U.S.? What challenges did
All
you
right,
face?
let's sleep. Okay, there you go. I wanted to get back to that page. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, honestly, it was a huge Herculean challenge, especially coming from Africa with the enunciation or whatever, and talking with people who don't see, who not looking at you, because eye contact, you can easily interpret most of the things as compared to over the phone. And man, it was tough from the beginning. Slamming the phone in your ear, using all sort of verbiage and all those things. However, with the team I started off with, and there is another African who has been with this company for 20 years. He and I had an hour and a half meeting when I thought I couldn't make it. I said, look, with all the cordiality, the friendship, the smoothness, it's not working. What am I doing wrong? He said, Thomas, you were not born here. Your enunciation is a hindrance to your success. However, keep on doing what you're doing. Read some books, learn what people in this trade did to get them up or to improve their trajectory and all of that. So we talked, and he told me, Thomas, give yourself another, that was after 6 months, give yourself another 6 months. If you don't make it, drop it. But the course you are on, I think you'll make it. And I always hail him and thank him. But
The insurance profession and brokerage profession, financial planning, and so on are very, very tough businesses.
Right.
And it does take a while for you to really, really make it. But what's motivated you? What's the key motivational part of what it is that you do that keeps you going strong?
Well, the motivational part, one, first and foremost, I will always say, I heal my spouse. She keeps me intact, pray for me, and encourage me, even when I'm down, because when you start something, you're not making a dime. You always down as the breadwinner, but she kept encouraging me. You will make it. You will make it. And after I started picking up momentum, and then my clients, all I do, I ask my clients, you can go on Google review and leave a comment as to how well I serve you, whether you're satisfied with my service or not. And I started getting these heartfelt testimony, and that was something that became a rapid fire. That in the morning when I get up, I'm jumping out of bed knowing that somebody out there needs my service, somebody out there needs help of someone educating them or letting them know what are the benefits of having health insurance against not having, and not only that, how to go about deciding which insurance or that benefits your health needs. Because many people think cheap is better. They always say, I need a cheap one, I need the cheapest insurance. However, they forget to know that if anything catastrophic does happen to you, cheap is not a word. You're going bankrupt.
The main purpose of having insurance is for catastrophic situations,
Yes.
not really anything else.
Not for your day-to-day needs.
Many people, that's the true sense, but many people don't get that. Like I spoke with a lady yesterday. She said, Thomas, I'm well. I don't go to see the doctor. I said, well, honestly, do you drive? She said, yes. I asked her, do you have a vehicle? Insurance for your vehicle? Yes. Why do you? Are you going to hit somebody tomorrow or you hitting someone every day? No, I have it so that when someone hit me or I hit someone is there to pay. That's the mitigation of risks. Someone else being responsible while you pay the bill. You pay your premium. So I said, well, that's the same old thing with health insurance, life insurance, and all the other insurance. You are safeguarding yourself from bankruptcy, because seeing a doctor for headache and things, that's not what you have insurance. You have it when the rubber hits the road, like a car hits you, or you had a heart attack or stroke, where you'll be lying there in bed. And when you get out, that bill is following you. So
Forever.
for,
Yes.
And that's why
forever,
one
or you
has
go bankrupt.
insurance. You know, we're kind of like running out of information here. We've covered
Uh,
so much stuff that we're going to do. But if people want to send you a couple of leads, you know, they have the insurance through you, or they don't have insurance with you, but they want to help some of their friends or family members and so on. What are the best leads for you?
The best lead would be, now the thing here, before I answer that question, I don't like people to ask people whether they're healthy or not.
Well,
So,
that's your job.
yes, I always tell people, listen out. If someone is not happy with the doctor or the insurance, someone is paying, the deductible is astronomical, because like Lisa said, and I know if you go online, you see some insurance for family is $18,000 deductible. And that same family, if it is a PPO network on the public market, is something like 1,500 to 2,000 for a family of 4 or 5. So you do not need to know whether they're healthy or not. All you need to do, if they are disgruntled, not happy and thinking about change, and they do not know that there are insurance out there, especially like us, who you have all these benefits, just say, here's Thomas' number, give this guy a call. He will walk you through. I tell people it's not your duty to ask the question whether they're healthy or not. Just find out if they are open and willing to talk with someone else and get another idea. Give it a go, and always do a three-way text, because that way you eliminate somebody wondering who is calling me. But
Well, I'm
Okay.
going to make sure someone calls you, because you're going to tell everybody what your phone number is again before we say good evening. So go for it. Let everybody know how to get in touch with you.
all right, Thomas Andrews, and my number is 571-278-1712. Again, my number is 571-278-1712.
Excellent. And then I see on the website, on your main page, healthinsurance.consulting. Now, how have you overcome the many rejections that occur in your profession? I've heard one individual tell me that when they were first getting started, they would meet with 100 people, and by the end of year 4, he would have maybe 11 of those 100 people still under him
On the books.
on the
Yeah.
books. Tell us about that.
Well, after I came to a realization that the nose or the verbiage or the slamming of the form, it could be that person was not in, that person may have been in some situation and they didn't want to listen to people. But in reality, some people are just mad because these people receive so many calls. The moment you go online and put your information in, you will be bombarded with calls for for more than 50 or more people. This is true because when I started, after 7 months, one of the agents told me something and gave me a number. I said, I want to test it. I just dropped my information. The moment I hit send, I received so many calls, I couldn't work. I had to shut that number down and change it to start working. So I have empathy because I know I experience it. So when people are mad, sometimes slam the phone in your ear or say, I did not ask you, all of those things. We have method that we can use to go beyond the screen, the smoke screen, and ask and see. Some really are mad, and I identify and I have empathy for those people because I had that experience. However, I have this mindset after almost 3+ years in this business. When someone tells you no and you cannot convince them after you have used all your strategy of seeing whether you can go beyond that smoke, can go through that smoke screen or around the smoke screen, you just let them go. So my mindset is always next, because the next, you may find somebody who is truly looking and needs your help. So that's how I go, and I always reflect on Zig Ziglar, where he says, a positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking, which is true. And I always expose to my associates, once you call and they slam the phone, just register. You'll get back to them and just say next. Because every time you say the next, you don't reflect on whatever transpired at the last call. You have that positive mindset that you are gearing towards helping someone.
Right.
And
You're
that's
one
what-
step closer to the yes.
Right.
Do you make a
Yeah,
lot of
so-
cold calls?
Oh yes, that's key. I buy a lot of leads from out there, so I have to call them also.
Yeah,
And the
yes, you
company
do.
gives us leads, but the good leads are the ones that I get from Mr. Norma or Lisa, because Norma, whoever Norma sent knows Norma is an impeccable person, reputable person, people, someone with integrity who would not send them to some.
Oh, I'm going to have
Joe's
to have you come back on this show again because
Yeah.
I like hearing this. That's
Yes.
all good. But what I would like to do is thank you so much for being on the show this evening. You really did a great job, and I hope this leads to some good business with you. But it certainly is going to give you a lot of awareness. People know who you are now.
Yes, and what you provide for them, which is huge. You know, you have a silk screen up when you're at the networking meetings because we can't dig in and learn all that we can.
Right. That's one of the big factors in what it is that Lisa and I do. It gives you the opportunity to create that awareness that I always talk about when we're on a meeting. So again,
Yes.
I thank you so much for being here. And I want to say thank you to everyone tuning in and listening to the show. We're going to be back on Thursday evening, so don't miss the show Thursday night. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and take care of yourself.
Thank
See you
you.
soon. Stay cool.
Thank you all. Thank you, Lisa, and thank you, Norma, as well as the
Thank you,
audience.
Andrew.
It's a pleasure. Thank
The
you.
Business Power Hour with Lisa and the Music Man is sponsored by Media Stations. Create your own media and have your own station. To get started with your own content, call or text 516-448-2066. That's Media Stations in Bohemia,